Hi yogis, welcome back. My name is Natasha, and for today's video, we're going to be focusing on our back body. A lot of the times we're working from home through quarantine and you catch yourself at your desk, sometimes hunched over, or maybe after work or after watching TV, you have a little bit of tension in the back. So these series of stretches is going to help us open up the back body, lengthen through the spine, and really just take a few moments for ourselves to relax and to reconnect. So we're going to go ahead and get started today on our mats in an active Shavasana pose. So usually in corpse pose, we're relaxed. So instead of Shavasana, I'm actually going to call it reclined Tadasana or mountain pose. And the reason for this is I'm super active in my body. I'm dorsiflexing my feet. My toes are facing my shins. And I'm staying active through the legs. Pressing both shoulder blades into the earth, taking one full breath here. Starting to dial into my breath. Maybe reconnecting to a moment today that made you smile inside. Maybe setting your intention for this short practice. Whatever that thought is, can you let the day go? While staying active, dorsiflexing in those fins, taking one full inhale here. And then releasing, emptying out completely. On the next inhale, we slightly blink the eyes open, maybe a slight gaze towards the nose. And then bringing both knees into the chest, giving yourself a squeeze, sending that center line in. Knees come towards the nose, crunch it in, take one full breath here. Exhale, we're releasing the left foot down towards the earth, and then setting up for a supine twist. Right knee is going to come cross body, opening up the palms out to a T. I didn't really think about my mat placement before I thought about this sequence, so as you can see, my right knee is a little bit trapped. But can you send the left palm towards that right knee? Maybe bringing it closer towards the earth, while simultaneously pushing both shoulder blades into your mat. Maybe you send your gaze towards the opposite direction. Maybe you shut the eyes down here. With every exhale, can you send the right knee a little bit closer towards the earth? Can you stay active in this left foot, dorsiflexing? And with every exhale, can you use it as a tool to sink a little bit deeper? We're here for one more breath. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, bringing both knees into the chest, giving yourself a squeeze. And then setting up for supine twist on the opposite side, letting the right foot drop down towards the mat. And then letting the left knee come cross body, opening up the palms to a T. Maybe negotiating some space with your house plants. Maybe you goalpost those arms. Wherever you are here, can you send both shoulder blades into the earth? Can you inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs? And then exhale, send the left knee a little bit closer towards your mat. Maybe that right palm comes down towards the top of the left thigh, sending it a little bit closer towards the mat. Dorsiflexing in this right fin, staying active in both legs. Take one more full inhale here. Exhale, using that breath as a tool to sink a little bit deeper. One more inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs, let the collarbone expand. Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper. Inhale, bringing both knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a squeeze through that center line. And then exhale, releasing. Grabbing the tops of the shins or maybe the tops of the knee and starting to create low back circles here. Giving our low back some love, finding a decompression in the spine. Maybe you switch the direction to counterclockwise. You can make your circles as big or as grand or as petite as you prefer. Remembering to honor your body and honor your breath here. Bringing both palms behind the thighs and then starting to create little rock and rolls with our spine. So moving up and down parallel to our spine, maybe finding a few breaths of hang time on that tailbone. And then when you're ready, we're crossing at the ankles, first coming into an easy seat and then slowly making our way into a tabletop pose. In this tabletop pose, our wrists are directly underneath the shoulder blades, knees, our hips width distance apart underneath the hips. We're untucking those toes, dropping the belly low, sending the gaze high towards the sky, bolstering your heart. Cow pose. Exhale, can you ground down into those palms, round the spine, gaze goes towards the navel, slightly protract in the shoulder blades, cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly low, open up the chest, send your tailbone high. And then exhale, ground down into the palms, round the spine, gazes to the navel. Starting to find some fluidity in your spine, drop the belly low, open up the chest, moving a little bit faster. And then exhale, grounding down into the palms, rounding the spine. Last cat-cow, drop the belly low, really open up your chest, bolster your heart towards the stars. And then exhale for that last cat pose, really ground down into the palms, round the spine, gazes to the navel. Inhale, coming back to neutral, shutting the eyes down and taking any free movement that feels good. Maybe you rock the wrists back and forth. Maybe you start to roll the neck. Wherever you are, we're coming back to that neutral tabletop, paying attention to our architectural lines. Our wrists are directly underneath the shoulder blades, knees are underneath the hips. We're tucking those toes, rising 2.5 inches off the earth, engaging in our body. Planting the palms into the earth as if you're pushing the earth away from you. Send your gaze in between the palms and find a slight protraction in your shoulder blades. Gazing towards the knee, making sure that it is in fact 2.5 inches off the earth, and holding here. So we're activating in the core, pushing down into those toes, feeling our strength. We're here for 3, 2, 1, slowly dropping towards the knees, bringing both big toes together to touch, and then sending the chest down towards your mat. Moving into your child's pose here. In this child's pose, you have the option to bring the knees far apart, or maybe you invite change into your practice by bringing them a little bit closer. Wherever you are here, we're going to take 5 long breaths. Just in time for a story, if you will. What inspired this video is my boyfriend often suffers from back pain from editing on the computer, or sometimes, his posture isn't always perfect, and neither is mine or anyone else's. And sometimes we sleep wrong, so that back pain starts to creep up on you. Maybe a little bit of active movement really sets it off, or maybe sleeping wrong will set it off. So this small, short flow is just something that is accessible to everyone, something that we can find even in the smallest places. All we need is our little yoga mat. And finding that decompression in your neck and spine, maybe you plant the forehead towards the earth. Maybe you start to rock and roll back and forth. And I love this sequence because it's really accessible to all levels of yoga. From beginners like my boyfriend, or even for the well-seasoned yogi who just wants to find a little bit of release. Taking one more full inhale here, starting to walk the palms close to the body, and then coming down onto our forearms. So we're finding a modified dolphin pose here. And on our forearms, I'm going to run through a few cat-cows just to finish off this practice. Dropping the belly low, sending the gaze high, bolstering your heart towards the stars. And then exhale, can you ground down into the forearms, round the spine, send the gaze towards the navel. One more for good measure, ground down, open up the chest, send the gaze high. And then exhale, ground down into the forearms, round the spine, gazes to the navel. Starting to walk the palms close to the body, option to find another child's pose here to find that rest. If you're with me, I'm coming to any comfortable seat. Letting the shoulders melt away from the ears, proud chest, crown of the head lifts high. Thank you for joining me for that quick back relief flow. A little bit of stretches or a few stretches to help us through that decompression of the spine, just to help relieve any back pain through lengthening. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you'd like to hit subscribe and enjoy this video, please do. Thank you so much. Root to rise, reach all the way up, gathering all this beautiful energy that we've created, and then coming down into heart center for gratitude. Remembering that in this time of chaos, gratitude helps us fall in love with the life that we already have. The perfectly imperfect student in me bows, honors, and respects the teachers in all of you. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Namaste.